all aboard. This is Captain Z reporting for duty. We got a code 7. Gonna need to call him back up. Let's take out these aliens. You've done enough, aliens. Now it's time to retreat and back down, or else I'm afraid we're gonna have to be lethal.
You think you could defeat us? We'll destroy this entire world in one blow. Our alien clan is powerful. We're making up a plan.
Okay, you asked for it.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. You can call me Z, and welcome to Z Kingdom, a channel where I talk mostly and utterly about astrology, astronomy, science, even those kind of stuff, cool, nerdy, geeky stuff. But occasionally, and here and now, I might talk about cool topics that I love and I'm passionate about, like geography and maps, maybe even languages, because I'm really big on those. In fact, I've been studying languages for about 4 years, ever since I was 11. Now, I'm not fully known for, I don't fully know all the languages, but I know a little bit here and now. So maybe if those pique your interest, then you could look into those as well. I'm really passionate about art. Art is my biggest gift. Everyone has said I was a great artist ever since I was little, so I'm very passionate about that as well. So I might share a little bit of inspiration and creativity here and then. And I'm also big on cooking as well, so I might even throw that in there. So if all those topics pique your interest in any sort of way, yeah, just subscribe. Don't forget to click that bell so you never miss notifications whenever I post a new video. But for today's video, I'll be talking about a little cool, unusual topic that I usually don't talk about on this channel. It's gonna be on DC superheroes and DC villains. Yes, I'm really big on those, if you guys didn't know. So I'm really excited to make this video. Judging from that skit I just did a couple minutes ago, you probably already gathered that this video is gonna be about superheroes. But specifically I said DC superheroes because they're my favorite type of all the genres of superheroes. They're very classic. I'm big on Superman, Batman, Flash. I love all of those. Oh, I love them. I've loved them since I knew the comics, you know? I feel like that's everybody. Ever since the comics came out, everyone was just crazy over them, and people still love them now. They're adapting into movies, cool new genres, even new villains and new superheroes are coming out soon anyways. And so yeah, I just thought I should make a video on DC superheroes and DC supervillains because it's all over the place. People talk about it a lot, but my cool twist on it would be that I'm making 12 zodiac signs as each whatever DC superheroes or whatever DC supervillains. I actually got inspired to do this little cool video because I've always loved the zodiac signs and astrology. Plus I've always loved cool fantasies and imaginary things such as fairy tales, superheroes, and villains, and they're just so classic in my opinion. It's just too classic not to do it. So yeah, and even take it that each and every DC superhero and DC villain, they have their own cool power, cool skills, cool whatever, just magical powers. Just like the zodiac signs, in my opinion, each and every zodiac signs, they have their own unique different traits, different skills, different powers as well. And I kind of like to envision the zodiac signs as really resonating or really relating to one whatever of the DC villains or DC superheroes. It's pretty cool. I do think about it a lot, so I've been pondering about making this video for quite a while, sort of. And so yeah, I just want to share with you guys my personal opinions, what I think, and also I want you guys to tell me what you think and your personal opinions down in the comments below. Now I'm feeling kind of a little bit changeable and a little bit on the go today. And so in today's video, instead of doing it in order from Aries to Pisces, I think I'm gonna do it opposite signs, like Aries and Libra, Taurus, Scorpio, Gemini, Sagittarius, that kind of thing. Aries, your DC superhero or villain is gonna be Kid Flash. Now I know a lot of you are thinking, why didn't you pick Superman? He's the most classic, and he's the first. Like, he was the most popular. That screams Aries, and he's very bold and strong, right? Yeah, you're right. But you see, the thing is, the reason why I didn't pick Superman to represent Aries is because Superman does scream bold and strong and heroic and classic and the first, right? But I don't think he really matches up with, or can keep up with the speed and the intense just running around that the Aries does. After all, it is represented by the ram, so it's just constantly ramming into things and ramming into things. Now, of course, Barry Allen / Kid Flash's superpower is that he has incredible super speed, so incredibly and tremendously fast that he can actually go back in time or even go in the future. And this just screams Aries to me. Aries, I feel with Aries people, even the ram, it's almost like it's this constant competition. It's this constant perseverance of, you know, it takes a lot. It takes a go-getting mindset. It takes ambition to get to the finish line. It takes holding on to faith and never letting go to get to the finish line. And this really screams Kid Flash to me. How he's just constantly running around, getting from one place to the next, extremely fast, doesn't even have time to wait. His power screams, I gotta go, I gotta go, I gotta go. I'm way too impatient for this. Not to mention, it's a lightning bolt. Like, come on. I believe Aries people, they are like lightning. They're like firecrackers. They go off like a firecracker without even thinking twice. And the Kid Flash / Barry Allen alone, I believe he's an extremely competitive, dedicated, devoted, and really trusting, loyal, and outgoing, independent person overall. And if that's not Aries, then what is it? Overall, just like Aries, I believe that he possesses so much tremendous zest for life, and he possesses such a driven mindset, and even his power is highly driven. It's very active, action. I mean, Aries is ruled by the planet Mars, which is all about drive, action, and, you know, aggression. Even I believe that his power, you know, speeding up really fast, it shows you have to be aggressive, sort of ambition. Libra, your DC superhero or villain is gonna be Starfire. So with this type of Starfire, I'm specifically talking about the Teen Titan Starfire, because I feel like it does match with the description a lot more. So Starfire, she possesses this very bubbly, happy, optimistic, and just really easygoing character, and I believe this is very much so Libra. Libra is all about balance, justice, and harmony, right? And I believe that she kind of possesses a lot of these characteristics. Libra does tend to put on this sort of happy and positive character, even though some people might agree that it's a bit fake. But still though, I believe that Starfire, she's extremely friendly, approachable, communicative. She just goes around Teen Titan, just all around the Teen Titans, constantly communicating, spreading love, harmony, spreading peace. Just really a lot of equality, I believe. She's best friends with all the members, and I believe that that's the thing with Libra. Not only are they about justice, harmony, and balance, but being ruled by Venus, they're also about love. And even take that episode in Teen Titans Go where Starfire was singing that song in that episode. It goes like, peace and love, peace and love. With that being said though, Starfire, she does have quite a temper. Yes, she goes off like a firecracker. Yeah, she can become a pretty soppy tantrum baby. And well, I hate to break it to you, but this is also Libra in my opinion. Libra people, they can become extremely angry a lot of the times. Even though they don't like confrontation, usually sometimes they can get pretty angry. Even if you tip that scale too far, they can be pretty angry, because for them, at times, I guess they can find it a little bit hard to hold balance depending on how overwhelming the situation is. So they might just flat out go crazy. And I believe this is Starfire. So really, it's just about finding that balance, you know, for Libra and for Starfire. It's just about finding that balance. And they do manage to. Taurus, your DC superhero or villain is gonna be Wonder Woman. The thing is with Wonder Woman is that she is a highly stubborn, bullheaded, She is a highly straightforward, she's a highly opinionated and extremely gorgeous. Gorgeous, let me tell you, that woman, like, everyone could agree, gorgeous. She's a highly dedicated and devoted woman. Just know that. And she gets what she wants. When she wants something, she gets it. And I do believe that these are Taurus qualities. Taurus people are known to be extremely beautiful and attractive people, seeing that they're ruled by Venus, obviously, the planet of attraction and beauty. I believe that Taurus people can be very stubborn in their own way. They can be pretty extremely passionate about something, really much so. Just like Wonder Woman, I believe that they can be very dedicated and devoted people. And yes, they can be highly opinionated people, very firm and fixed people as well. But really, I do think that Wonder Woman, she does possess this very calm and collected and contained character. And this is very much so Taurus to me, because Taurus people are known to be fixed energy, which means contained, fixed, locked in. So they're very collected people. They're very calm, very chill. Not to mention, I do think that Wonder Woman does give off a very sensual look, in my opinion, which is very much so Taurus. Of course, the opposite sign of Taurus is Scorpio. And so Scorpio is a highly sensual sign. They're very, sex oriented. But anyways, so yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is that she oozes a lot of these Taurian qualities. Even take the fact that Taurus people, they value honesty. They do value honesty a lot. So, obviously, her greatest power and most populous power is the lasso of truth. So, I feel like if Taurus had that ability, they would love to actually know the truth out of somebody, because that is a very Taurus-like quality. They just want to know what someone is actually trying to say. They want to know the truth. Come to think of it, actually, whenever I look at the lasso, or I think about the lasso, it kind of reminds me whenever a cowboy or a cowgirl is trying to collect their cows or bulls on the farm, whenever they're acting too out of hand or too kind of rough in a way. So there goes that. Even Scorpio, your DC superhero or villain is gonna be Neron or Neuron, however way you pronounce that. The thing is with Neron is that, well, he is a lord of hell, basically. And the thing is with Scorpio is ruled by the planet Pluto. And Pluto is all connected to the underworld, which was also ruled by the god that ruled Pluto, Hades, from Greek mythology and Greek religion. So I believe that Hades really kind of connects with Neron in a way. They might have even been good friends, probably. If they even added that would make sense that they were good friends. Really, overall, Neron has extremely powerful metaphysical, magical powers within the DC superhero world. Like, even he wanted to take over this entire world one day, really. That's what he was plotting, really, right? He just had the tremendous power to wake up dead people from the dead and to life, basically creating zombies, monsters. He just had so much connection and power to the underworld and all the dark stuff. And I believe this is very much so Scorpio. Hypnotic powers that can really intimidate people, like even when Scorpio looks directly into their eye, it's almost like they're gazing at them like an eagle. And I believe this is very much so Neron. With his powers, he can intimidate. With his abilities, he can intimidate others. Really, for Scorpio, it's all about having that certain kind of control and power and intensity and extreme, sort of wrath and vengefulness and all that kind of negative stuff. So I believe this really matches with Neron. Really, I just believe that Scorpios, they do have a very dark side to them. They are the sign that actually has the most deepest and darkest secrets and thoughts, being ruled by Pluto, as Pluto is all about secrets, things that are hidden or things that are just buried. Gemini, I'm a Gemini. I'm really excited for this one. Your DC superhero or villain is gonna be Beast Boy. You see, the thing with Beast Boy is that, of course, he has multi-layered powers, which I like to refer to it as. Basically, he has the power to transform, obviously, into different creatures and animals. and be able to view the world on different angles, basically. And well, this is Gemini. Gemini, they have the ability to view the world on two angles, several angles. Basically, they would love this because really, I'm a Gemini, and I would say that I have a really hard time picking just one power. Like, there'll be like a setting where people would ask, or I would just bring up that, or if you had to pick between a power, what would you choose? And I'll be like, I can never answer the question. So like, I feel like with Geminis, we do have a lot of indecision. Being an air sign, we like options. We tend to want to pick more things, being a mutable sign as well. So I believe that Geminis would love to have multiple powers. Turning into a bird, they could fly. Turning into an underwater sea creature like a shark, they could breathe underwater and explore the waters. Even being able to survive in the forest, being like a forest creature. I feel like they would love that a lot. I would love that. So like, I feel like there's a sense of imagination, sort of the sense of being in their own worlds. Whilst this might resonate with Pisces a lot, I feel like it does resonate with Gemini. So really overall, I feel like with Geminis, they do have this sort of inner child, and children, it's all about the imagination for them. Really, I believe that Gemini is a very out in the open sign. It's a very, just really, they love to explore, basically. Obviously, the opposite sign to Gemini is Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is an extremely adventurous sign. It represents long distance travel. So I feel like with Gemini, they love having tons of options, being able to switch it up in a while, being able to adapt, you know? Overall, I just think Geminis would have a lot of fun. And so yeah, I would think I would have a lot of fun too. And really for Gemini, it's all about the fun. Gemini is a sign that is by no means boring. And speaking of which, if you think about the Teen Titans version of Beast Boy, he likes to prank. He's a big prankster, actually. So I think Geminis would love to prank as well. Sagittarius, your DC superhero or villain is gonna be, well, this is pretty much obvious. All of you already have guessed it probably by now, but it's Green Arrow. The thing with Green Arrow is that he obviously was in a shipwreck and he washed up on a desert island, and basically he had to survive. He had to find a way to survive. He had to find a lot of trees that would feed him, fresh water, and he had to, defend himself from any threats. Basically, he just had to be this sort of survivor in nature, isolated survivor in nature. And you see, the thing with Sagittarius is that I wouldn't say they're isolated, but they really like freedom. They really like to be freedom and adventure. And I feel like their symbol, the archer, really represents being a survivor. So really what I'm trying to say is that with Green Arrow and Sagittarius, it's that obviously with the bow and arrow, I feel like with Sagittarius, obviously, it's their way of trying to protect themselves, really. Even their symbol, the archer with the bow and the arrow, obviously that represents sort of blunt talking in a way, straightforward thinking and blunt talking. But also at the same time, it also talks about how those arrows can be rejuvenated into sort of a positive thing, really, And I believe this is Sagittarius. Sagittarians, they could turn their words, they could turn their blunt and really harsh words when they get really angry into something more positive. Really, I believe that Green Arrow just shows this just sort of mindset of I gotta live life to the fullest. I gotta find a way to live life, to explore every single part of life. I gotta be able to seek life throughout, thrive through life. This is Sagittarius. Yes, Sagittarius surely does know that the journey is just as important as the destination. So Sagittarius, they love living life. They love to thrive through life, and they're just so excited about life. Cancer. So Cancer, your DC superhero or villain is gonna be Aquaman. So of course, Aquaman, he lives in both worlds. He lives in the Atlantic world, the Atlantic Ocean, of course, Atlantis, where it's mostly obviously water, where everyone breathes water. But he also can breathe and live above the surface, where it's the city and everyone else, right? So obviously this screams crustacean, like crab-like to me, where crabs do live in both water and land. And this is Cancer. Cancer, they really have this ability of living in both worlds of imagination and reality. I mean, not so much as Pisces, of course, because Pisces wants to escape reality completely. But I feel like with Cancer, they're like a perfect balance between reality and fantasy. So for Cancer and Aquaman, it's almost like they're being torn in a way. Not torn like Pisces, but like, you know what I mean. Like just accepting that both parts of these places are their home. It's like a home for them to live in, and they accept all of it as where all their friends and family, the people that they love most are. Wherever their family and people that they love most are, they accept as home. And this is very much so Cancer and Aquaman. I do feel as though Aquaman does have that very much so sense of, oh, I understand the importance of family, and I understand the importance of the people that I love most. I'm very connected to that sort of thing. I mean, he was so caring, so nice enough to even adopt Aqua Lad / whatever his next name was. Just really take him into his family as well as a sidekick, just really as his kid almost in this. And if that's not a Cancer thing, then I don't know what is. Capricorn. Capricorn, your DC superhero or villain is gonna be Batman. The thing with Batman is that he's been through a lot of hardships. He's been through a lot of pain and suffering throughout his time as he was growing up. And obviously, he wanted to save the world. Basically, he wanted to save the world from all these pains and sufferings. He just wanted to be this just really strong and just full-on bad guy. Sort of, not a bad guy in a villain way, but like, you know what I mean? Just a really serious crime-fighting person. So he built all this gadgets and gadgets. He even learned how to fight for himself, learn how to fight for the city. Really, he just had to learn how to defend himself and how to prevent himself from getting into any altercations, or to prevent himself from threats and to prevent the city from threats. And so even he took in Wonder Boy / Robin. He took in Wonder Boy just as a really good sidekick for him, you know, just to watch over things and everything like that. And I believe that's very Capricorn-like. Capricorns, they are very family-oriented, just as Cancer is. And so Capricorns wouldn't mind taking or adopting somebody. But really, I believe that Batman, he does come across as very bold and serious a lot of times, even a bit poker-faced in a way. But still, I would guess, in some ways, sort of witty and quirky. And I believe this is Capricorn. Capricorn can appear very, very poker-faced and serious people. Bold. They're ruled by Saturn, the planet of restriction. So, although they can be like this, they still have two sides. So they can be very quirky and witty and funny. So don't ever misunderstand them. Okay, Leo. Leo, your DC superhero or villain is gonna be Superman. Superman he's extremely gold. When I say gold, I mean he just shines in his aura. Everyone looks at him in the sky and they just admire him. So he's basically kind of representing, I don't know, just the sun in a way. I mean, the ruling planet or the ruler of Leo, of course, is the sun. So with the sun, it's almost like this, it's obviously this giant overwhelming ball of fire that all the planets just kind of orbit it. So I feel like with Superman is that he obviously protects everybody. He fights the crime. He really prevents everybody from any threats or anything like that. He's in charge of the entire city, basically. And he gets all the fame. He gets the applause. He gets the honor, the praise from this. It's equivalent to the duty of a male lion. Almost like it. You know how they're like the kings, right? Imagine Superman as if he's like a king, maybe, you know? A king that shines in his aura and everyone admires him. So obviously with lions, they are highly admired by the pack for protecting and saving everybody. And I believe that with Superman also, it's a sense of love for not only the citizens, but for just really everyone in the world, really, I believe. He wants to protect this entire world and he wants to keep everything safe. He does not want to destroy the world like how a lot of superheroes, if they had the power, would. So really overall, I believe that's with Leo. Leo, they're highly love related people. Not to mention, Superman does give off a lot of dominance, a lot of strength, and a lot of heat. And this is obviously Lions and Leo. They are the most strongest zodiac sign, if you didn't know. And I believe with Superman, he's the most classic DC superhero. I mean, he was just so popular, like extremely popular, super known for his strength and abilities, just, you know, dominant movable abilities. So like, yeah, this really screams Leo. Really popular, loves the fame, loves the applause, shines in their aura, is so admired by everybody and loves it. Okay, Aquarius, your DC superhero or villain is gonna be Cyborg. Okay, of course, Cyborg, his story was that he was a regular human being who was in an accident. Basically, he accidentally pressed a button that really like just made everything explode. And he lost his parents. At least I know he lost his mother. But still, he got really injured in that accident. He even lost a lot of his body parts and cells. So they had to basically, obviously, build him back up again into this huge, strong, just, you know, cyborg. Just this filled with tons of gadgets and just gadgets and, you know, just a lot of things just to fly and so much mechanical, you know, electric things. And this is obviously Aquarius. Now you guys might be thinking, why didn't you pick like a water DC superhero, a water DC villain for Aquarius, even though their symbol is the water bearer? The thing is, well, you see, Aquarius is not a water sign. Even though their symbol is the water bearer, they're not a water sign. They're actually an air sign. And they're known as actually the most powerful of all the air signs. I feel like with Aquarius, they like to know things. They're very deep thinkers, and they're always constantly thinking. And Aquarius is also connected to like the understanding of technology, the understanding of the scientific facts. Not to mention, I feel with Aquarius, they're kind of known as the aliens of the zodiac, because they're kind of seen by all the rest of the zodiac signs as kind of weird, kind of unusual, kind of quirky, and just really strange. And I think with Cyborg being a robot / like, you know, this sci-fi AI, you know, sort of looking person, I feel like he can be viewed as very weird to outsiders, or like, you know, just like, you know, just regular people on the daily. And I think Aquarius would really be drawn to this sort of electrifying look to Cyborg. They would actually, if they had this power, they would love it, because I feel like with Aquarius, they love to be like kind of like superhumans, sort of. They love to be like these superheroes, humans. They even like to think of themselves as superhumans. And obviously Cyborg is a superhuman. And so they like to be unstoppable, almost. I feel like that's that rulership of Uranus that makes them feel that way, of being sort of like this, they like to be unstoppable. They like freedom, basically. They like to be in control, sort of. Not even take the fact that the opposite sign to Aquarius is Leo. And Leo is obviously a sign of, they want dominance, they like control. That's Leo. So I feel like with Aquarius, in the back of their mind with this, I feel like they would love to have this ability of just gadgets within them. They could fly all over the place. They could just have control over everyone, make sure everyone's safe, make sure it's always equality. And I feel like that's the thing with Aquarius as well. They really care about humanity. They're humanist, actually. So they do care a lot about others. Virgo. So Virgo, your DC superhero or villain is gonna be Poison Ivy. See, the thing with Poison Ivy is that even though she's a villain, she really, what she wants is to make sure that the earth is safe. She wants to make sure that all the plants are safe, to prevent humans from cutting down trees or deforestation. She wants to prevent that, right? And so I feel like with Virgo is that Virgos, they are all about refinements, they're all about purity, they're all about natural things, being the sign of perfection, sort of, in the maiden. So they like to keep things pure, they like to keep things clean, sort of. They like to keep things calm and collected. And I feel like with Poison Ivy, she likes everything to be very refined, sort of, in a way. She's a very beautiful beautiful woman, obviously. Everyone would agree. It's very attractive, very beautiful, and I believe this is Virgo. Obviously, Virgo is known as a very beautiful, feminine sign. So obviously, Poison Ivy, come on, she just oozes femininity and beauty. So, but overall, what I'm trying to say is that Virgo wants everything to be natural the way it is, pure. And with Poison Ivy, she's trying to do that. She's trying to make sure the earth is pure. The earth is how the way it is. The earth is still forever going in the same cycle that Uji goes. There's nothing disrupting it or messing it up, you know, or just, you know, getting it out of hand. And that's Virgo to me. They don't like things to be out of hand or just not put in place, sort of. Just not in the right way, not in its best look, or just really Virgos, they love people, things, everything just looking the best, just being its best version, the best version of themselves, really. Not to mention, nature could be a very beautiful place, of course, a very beautiful thing. All the flowers and such things as that, the vines. And Poison Ivy, she does love living in nature. She does love connecting and speaking sort of intuitively with the plants and all the luscious things. And obviously, Virgo is a highly perfectionist-oriented sign. So they love beautiful things, love nice things. And I believe where this just goes. Okay, last but not least, Pisces, your DC. Well, this one doesn't really count as a DC, but I decided to throw in a little bit of Marvel just to cheat. So your Marvel DC, your Marvel superhero or Marvel villain is gonna be Neymar or Namar. Okay, the thing with Neymar is that he's a mutant. He's a mutant a mix between a land person, a human being, and also a sea creature. Basically, the water was also his home. Just the ocean was also his home, just like in comparison to Aquaman. So obviously, I would say the difference is that though I think that Neymar, he enjoys his water life a lot more. He enjoys his home of the ocean a lot more than the land, because he kind of frowns at that a lot. So unlike Aquaman, who kind of respects both sides, I mean, Neymar, he frowns at the land. He likes the ocean a lot more. It's almost as though he likes to completely isolate himself from the land, escape the land, and just live in the ocean. He enjoys it. And with Pisces, is that in comparison to Cancer does accept both sides. But I think with Pisces, they want to escape reality completely. Pisces, they want to escape the land. They want to escape the here and the now. They want to escape what's real, basically. So they just want to live in the fantasy, the imagination, the water, their emotions. That's what Pisces wants, just like the fish. Not to mention, even take the fact that Neymar was actually, he was planning on destroying the land. He was planning on destroying, where the humans live, because they were I would say, they're kind of polluting the water, sort of, kind of destroying the water, the ocean in a way. And so he frowned upon it. He wanted to take them down. So not implying that Pisces is a very destructive sign, because they're very fruitful, actually. They're the most fruitful of all the signs, I believe. Pisces is highly a positive sign. But I believe that Pisces does tend to know that in the real world, there is a lot of hate. There's a lot of bad things going on. And just really a lot of bad things that humans are doing, like polluting the areas or anything like that. So Pisces, it's the reason why they want to escape that. They want to go into their fantasies, their positive, optimistic fantasies and imaginations. And I feel as if though, just like Libra, Pisces does want the peace, they want the balance as well. Pisces, they just want everyone to just really be nice to one another. They want people to be kind. They are extremely sympathetic and empathetic sign, so they know how to connect with others whenever they are feeling down or, just being their worst self, really, and kind of persuade them in a way. So I feel like that's in comparison, not really in comparison to Neymar, but like still in technically what Pisces want. So yeah guys, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this video on DC/Marvel superheroes and villains as zodiac signs. So I want you guys to like this video, subscribe, don't forget to click that bell so you never miss notifications whenever I post a new video, and don't forget to share and comment on this video, and I will be back with a new video